How y'all doing? It's me, Diana. I'm here to tell spirit stories on the Halloween season. And thing is that I'm wanting to do. It's gonna be hard to do one every day or but anyway, I'll do what I can. Because a lot of people want me to tell my stories because they're true stories, and I kind of want to stick to the spook. Well, the ones that I think that other people would find spooky, because to me they were not scary. Well, some of them were before I got to where I had so many of them. Because before when I didn't have so very many of them, well, yeah, I mean maybe some were pretty darn spooky to me at the time, but then after time went on and I had so many happen, it's like I just got used to it. I just got accustomed to it. Even like one time Vic Cundiff I was telling him about it, and he goes, done. Most people would run screaming from their house if that happened to them. I can't even believe that you just rolled over and went back to sleep. And I'm like, but that's what I did because I got really accustomed to it, and there's only been a few times where anything ever seemed like it was actually going to want to hurt me. And in those instances, I did move. I didn't run out of the house screaming at the time, but I did leave. And so yes, this one here, I'll tell you, it was one of those times when a spirit entered, and my Polly who died, he hadn't died at that time, but he's since died. It's been 5 years now since he's been gone, and but at that time he is back visiting family back in the back in the eastern part of the states, and so I was alone. I mean, he called me every day over and over. Anyway, so I was by myself, and it's bedtime, and I go in bed, got ready to, and I sleep on my side. So I'm getting ready to go to bed and climb in bed and just about getting ready to fall asleep when I feel something come in, something entered, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like thinking maybe Paul came back. Maybe he's home early but didn't bother to call me. I mean, this just kind of goes through your head, and I'm like, feel it walking towards the bed from the front. I feel it coming towards me from the distance in the walkway. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, Paul? But then I'm like, then I got this feeling. Wait a minute, this isn't flesh. This is not flesh and blood. This is spiritual. This is totally spiritual. So I'm like, ooh, okay. So I went ahead and thought I was relieved. Because I don't know judo and karate and all that kind of stuff to ward off a physical intruder, home invader or something, or grab some kind of something for protection. I mean, that's just, ugh. But you know what? Um, a spirit, hey, let's play ball. So anyway, this spirit, I feel it walking for. I'm like, okay, I'll just ignore it because I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I'll just ignore it, which is usually what I would do. So I just went ahead to ignore it, and then I felt the depression of the mattress, which is not the first time I ever felt the depression of the mattress. But I figure, okay, it's sitting down beside me. Okay, this has happened before, so I feel it. Like what I'm talking about. Like if you're sitting on a sofa, you're sitting somewhere, and you feel the cushion go down. Somebody has sat by you. Usually, there's somebody that you can see, but in this case, no, it just sat down beside me. And then the part that was strange, or well, to most people, the whole thing is strange. But this time was strange to me because this time there was a hand, and I felt the fingers, the thumb, I felt the whole hand, and it came down real gently like this and rested on my thigh, on my right thigh, the side of my right thigh that was exposed there, rested right on my thigh, and then sighed and said, "I just want to sit beside you and rest for a while." Okay, okay. And I'm like, go ahead. You do that. I need to go to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, when I wake up in the morning, it'll be gone. And it was. And then in the morning when I woke up, I sat up and I was thinking, who was that? What? I was thinking of the people that I knew and loved in my life who had passed away, like my grandma, my mammo, my granddaddy. People from the the family that maybe I had a boyfriend in high school who got killed. Um, yeah, I was trying to, but I didn't recognize any of these, whoever it was. I didn't recognize I could sense the spirit, like even when they're not, even when they're in their body, like if you're at home and your mom walks in, or your brother, or your dad, or your uncle, or someone, you know who it is. You're like, oh, okay, yeah. You recognize that the spirit of the person who came in. You might be in the other room and you say, "Oh, someone came in," and then when you hear the cadence of their actions, the footsteps, you go, "Oh yeah, that's Dad," something like that. But this I couldn't place. I couldn't place the so I just didn't know. I still don't know who it was, but it was someone came in, decided to have a seat beside me, just rest beside me. Must have cared about me, must have felt comfortable around me because he wanted to sit down beside me and take a little rest, just rest a spell. Okay. Anyway, so that's this story. That's this story, and it's not the only time that's ever happened, of course, but um, that was a comforting one. But to many people, it would not have been comforting. To many people, it would not have. It would have been freaked out. They would have freaked, and like Mr. Cundiff said, they would have run out of the house screaming. But anyway, so that's one story. Okay, that happened around about 15 years ago, I guess it was. All right, y'all have a good day. Enjoy yourself. Be good, Dr. Red. I'll be posting more of my stories because people ask me to. Okay.